Good evening, and welcome to Pace School's 2020 graduation ceremony. Tonight we come together to celebrate and honor the graduating class of 2020. While this may not be the in-person ceremony these graduates or their parents envisioned, this virtual ceremony does allow for more people to join in our celebration of them. The virtual format eliminated the need to limit the number of individuals that could participate in the ceremony and open up the opportunity to individuals that may not have been able to travel to Pittsburgh. In fact, it opens up the celebration to families and friends of the graduates and PACE from around the world. I would like to thank the graduates' parents and families. You will always be considered your child's first and foremost teachers. This is a very exciting time for your family as your child embarks on the next phase of their lives. I would also like to thank the elementary, middle, and high school staff. You have prepared these students from the day they entered your classroom until the last day of their senior year for this very night and for their future endeavors. Whether in person or virtual, the Pace School Board of Directors, administrators, teachers, and staff couldn't be more proud of what each of these graduates have accomplished. So now, I invite you to sit in the comfort of your own homes or in a small gathering to learn about the remarkable accomplishments of our graduates, their future plans, and applaud their successes. It is my honor to pronounce the Pace School 2020 graduation ceremony open. Congratulations, graduates. At this time, I would like to introduce Mr. Lehman, Principal of Pace School.
Thank you, Ms. Shepard. Ladies and gentlemen, sitting before you are young men and women who are making history by graduating from Pace School. The class of 2020, the second class of Pace School, and the first in this format. In less than an hour from now, you will become alumni of Pace and your home school district. Congratulations, this is your night. You've worked hard for this very moment. 4 months ago, Pace School was planning a very different graduation. The students are the same, the staff is the same, the people who are watching this are the same, but the world around us has changed. This is an interesting thing to dissect in our lives. No matter what happens in the world, in our country or state, the people around you, your families, your friends, your school, and your work, they are what is important. No other class of Pace School has had to deal with what you have had to deal with. Usually, you are reminded of your high school days by hearing a popular song, a TV show, or a specific video game. Yours will be remembered for exactly this: quarantine, a virus. But it doesn't change who is here and the end result. You are high school graduates. At Pace School, our goal is to prepare you for exactly this. Life is not full of regularly scheduled classes, perfect lessons, or friends to sit next to. Every staff member at Pace can attest. It is never dull at Pace School. I say it all the time. Not only that, but life is never dull. Actually, it's like a roller coaster. There are a lot of ups and downs, twists and turns. You have a plan of where you want to go, but you can't quite see where the turns and dips are in front of you. This night is the one time where it is different. Graduation is an achievement that no one can take away. It sets you up for schools, jobs, and other choices. Treat this like the accomplishment it is: a great view, a lot of opportunities, and a new beginning. If I have to admit, I always wonder about who will be in the graduating class. At this school, for staff members, every student is known and has probably worked with every student. It is important that all of the staff at Pace School look at each graduate as somebody that we are proud to be from our school. Hearing from the teacher speakers earlier, and you can tell how our staff feels. As it turns out, I couldn't be more comfortable and proud to have these graduates here tonight. Pace School has been led by many directors and CEOs. It has an amazing history over 50 years, all of which have led the program to this: an opportunity to graduate our students. It is not a culmination for Pace, but a continuation of our work with our kids and families. It is a responsibility I do not take lightly. And now, the big moment, and one of my biggest responsibilities. On behalf of the Pace School staff, I present the candidates. Ms. Shepard, as principal of Pace School, it is my honor to authorize that the students before you have successfully completed the graduation requirements of Pace School in conjunction with their home school districts and are eligible to graduate.
Thank you, Mr. Lehman. By the authority granted me through the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and the Department of Education, I do confirm that the graduates presented have satisfactorily completed all course requirements at the proficiency level or higher. I now ask Mr. Lehman to begin conducting the presentation of diplomas for the graduating class of 2020.
Justin Lamont Clark, Woodland Hills School District.
Congratulations, Justin. I've only known you for less than a year, but in that time I've come to learn a few things about you. One thing I've learned is that you are kind, caring young man. You're someone who approaches many things in life with a smile and a positive attitude. And that can take you far in life. Another thing I've learned about you is that you're open-minded and sincere. You always take the time to hear out people who think differently than you, and you don't try to make anyone feel lesser because of their different beliefs. These things I've learned about you show how good of a person you already are. Wherever you choose to start your career, people will notice. And trust me, people will appreciate that. Life is going to change very quickly for you now that you're graduating. It almost seems like each year from this point forward goes faster, and your responsibilities will continue to grow. And with each passing year, it'll always continue to keep building up and building up. But don't let that make you worry or panic. You've shown that you have the mindset, the personality, and the will to be successful in this world. There are so many people who are in your corner that are excited to see the good things you're going to do. So take some time to enjoy this accomplishment. You should be proud and you should be eager to get everything started in your life. But you have the rest of your life to get started, so today, just be proud. Congratulations, Justin, and know that I'm proud of you as well.
Cameron David Perkins, Butler Area School District.
As a teacher, every once in a while, you get lucky. You get a student who is thoughtful, hardworking, and has real integrity. For the past 3 years of my teaching career, I got that lucky experience with Cam. Although he has only been with me for 3 years, Cam has actually spent the entirety of his schooling, first grade on, at the Pace School. He is as much a part of this place as the whiteboards and the windows. He is well known and is very well liked inside of these walls. The staff at Pace has had the pleasure of watching Cam grow up. If you ask Cam what he was like in his younger years, he will tell you, "Oh, I was a handful." And he's not lying. But the beautiful thing about Cam is that he was determined to grow and become a young man that he and others could be proud of. He did that and has become an inspiration to many, especially his peers. Cam is proof that with some willpower and the right supports in place, a person can achieve incredible things. One of these incredible things is that Cam was the first Pace student to ever have an internship at Alcosan. At the end of this internship, he gave a presentation to a large room of people about his experience. That experience showed us that at Alcosan, he developed workplace skills, and it changed him from a great kid to an exceptional young man. Cam, you are a joy to teach. You give this work meaning and purpose. Pace and the people that you know here have forever been impacted by your presence. For that, we all thank you. Congratulations, Cam, you've earned this.
Joshua William Razy, Norwin School District.
So Josh, you came into my classroom and you didn't have much to say. If you had a question, you would call me over to your desk and ask quietly. We had quite a different mix of students in our class this year. At the beginning, I was really nervous. How is this going to work out? Are these kids going to get along? How will I find things to interest all of them? Will they accept each other's differences? But I really think this class, with the mixture of personalities, backgrounds, and experiences, really helped you to come out of your shell. You slowly started engaging in more conversations, asking more questions, sharing your opinion, and that evolved to you making friendships, engaging in that horseplay and the name calling with the other kids, just being happy to be in school and laughing with your peers. You learn to tolerate others that aren't like you. You learn that you may actually have more in common with your peers than you ever thought you did. You were no longer that young man in the corner of the room who kept to himself. You asked me a million questions, half of them being, Miss B, what time is it? How much longer till lunch? And even when things started to get tougher for you, the second half of the year, when more expectations were asked of you, you kept going, even though it wasn't easy. And when this national pandemic occurred, you didn't give up at all, Josh. You thrived. You continued to persevere when others didn't. And I hope you remember these qualities as you move towards your future outside of Pace School. The perseverance you've shown, the ability to accept others' differences, and the ability to make friends. These qualities have made me one proud teacher. Good luck, Josh, and thank you for all the laughs this year.
Kristan Talbert Whittle, School District of Pittsburgh.
So Kristan, our class started out as a combination of students from 3 different classrooms. Students that were very different, students that wanted to go back to their old classroom because they felt more comfortable there. Even you, Kristan, and your former classmates wrote a letter to our principal, Mr. Lehman, asking if you could return to your old class. There was a reason this class was created. Yes, it brought many of you out of your comfort zone, but it put you in close contacts with kids you probably wouldn't have associated with had you not been in the same class. It gave you the opportunity to learn to accept people's differences and grow as an individual. Kristan, when I think of you, the word creative comes to my mind. You are an amazing artist. You spent all of your free time with your colored pencils and your sketchbook, and you were the one we turned to when we had a class project that needed beautiful artwork. Your artwork was also very therapeutic for you. You turned to your drawing whenever you felt upset or frustrated, and that's such an excellent coping skill for a young man. Motivated is another word that comes to mind to describe you. Not many seniors have a plan for their future, but Chris, you had a plan and several backup plans, which was awesome. With plans to go to the Job Corps and possibly become a chef, and then you were inspired by a family member to join the Coast Guard to gain experience, knowing that that could help pay for a college education. You thought long and hard about what you wanted to do for your future, and I'm so proud of you for that. Keep that motivation, Chris. It will take you far in life. You've come a long way this year. You've learned to better control your emotions and to face your problems without running away from them. I'm so proud of you, Kristan. You have a very bright future ahead of you.
Monique Betty Jane Wells, Woodland Hills School District.
Congratulations, Angelo. It's almost hard to believe your graduation is here. There probably hasn't been a week that's gone by where you haven't been talking about this day since I've known you. I know that you've been waiting to finally finish school and get your life started, and I'm proud of you for accomplishing this. I know this year has not been easy. You've had your ups and downs like we all do, but you've also shown me and everyone else around you some of the great things about who you are as a person. You're the kind of person who has countless times given snacks and sodas to people who just a day before you didn't get along with. You've shown that even though you may have a disagreement with someone, you aren't going to let that ruin a relationship. Kindness like that does not go unnoticed, believe me. You've also shown that you are really quick to defend those who you feel are getting mistreated. When someone is not standing up for themselves, there's a good chance you're going to be standing up for them. This is the type of passion that many people in this world do not have, and it's great to see you show these kind of traits. I'm really proud of you for overcoming the obstacles put in front of you through life to reach this milestone. Graduating high school is a big deal, and now you're going to be starting the next chapter in your life. I'm hoping that wherever you end up going in life, you approach it with a smile and a positive attitude. You've shown that you have the capabilities to be successful and happy in this next chapter of life, and I hope you know that everyone at Pace is rooting for you. I can definitely say that you're someone I won't soon forget, even though I've only known you for a very short period of time. And you're a big personality who can accomplish big things, and I wish you luck. Just know that I'm proud of you, and congratulations, Angelo.
Happy graduation, class of 2020. This is obviously a very different commencement. It may even be one of a kind. I certainly hope it is. You as graduates are part of history, which will stay with you forever. For example, when someone asks you, when did you graduate from high school? You can certainly and should proudly respond, in 2020. However, if you respond, the year of COVID-19 or the pandemic, most will be able to equate that with the year 2020. It's a choice you can make. Justin, Cam, Josh, Monique, and Kriston, you've all been at PACE for varying lengths of time. You and I have also worked together, some more closely than others, but we have formed a working relationship. To borrow a quote from Dr. Daniel Jean, in the midst of this global change, it is important to pause as we acknowledge your resilience, intellect, and grit. You've probably heard that word before. So for one last time, I would like to give you some advice, because that's what counselors do. As you may have heard me say previously, it's all about choices. Whether you're a toddler and don't know any better, but decide to put your fingers on a hot surface, you get burned. As an adolescent, you've had the opportunity to make many choices, including what clothes to wear, who your friends are, who you prefer to interact with and not interact with, how to respond in various situations, and how to relate to your parents or guardians. Legally, now at age 18, you're an adult. Never regret anything that has happened to you, by choice or by chance in your life up until this point. It cannot be changed, undone, or forgotten. So take it as a lesson and move on. It's never too late to be what you want to be, unless you want to be younger, like me. It has been said before that life is just 10% what happens to you and 90% how you respond and process your reality. When you make choices, you must do so with positive and negative consequences in mind that can result from your choice. For example, will you establish a routine for yourself once you are finished at PACE, or will you flounder aimlessly throughout the day? Maybe by spending long extra time on video games. Don't get me wrong, technology can be a very helpful tool for education and even employment searches. But if it is simply a toy and not a tool, I must question its usefulness for you at this time. Will you simply pursue a paycheck, or will you pursue your passion and never work a day in your life? If you cannot find a job, create one. I'm a big fan of the Life is Good brand. Their slogan is do what you like what you do. Think about that. As American author Tony Robbins said, stay committed to your decisions, but stay flexible in your approach. Decisions you make today will determine what tomorrow will look like. Choose wisely. And finally, always remember when making your choices, the power of yet. It is natural to think, I can't do this, or I don't know how to do this, or I don't understand this. But if you add that one simple word yet to all of these and many other similar type statements, I can't do this yet, I don't know this yet, and finally, I don't understand this yet, you are giving yourself time and permission to figure it out. It's okay to walk slowly, but never, never walk backwards. So Justin, Cam, Josh, Kriston, and Monique, your time at PACE has come to an end. I hope you can look back on the time spent here with much satisfaction. You have accomplished a goal some people never do by graduating from high school. But this is just one small step in your life ahead. I wish you nothing but the best as you continue to work toward your goal. Thank you.
Good evening, graduates, parents, families, and friends. A final step in the process is the moving of the tassel. At this time, I can confirm that these students are officially high school graduates. Now, in recognition of this new status, I invite all graduates to move your tassels to the left as we applaud your outstanding achievements. Thank you again, and congratulations to the students, their parents, their families, and their friends who have joined us here tonight. And please join me one final time in congratulating the students as graduates of the PACE School Class of 2020.